See through the veil, pop the illusion, truth in the rhythm, break the confusion. Camera flash, but the script ain't true. Pyramid wisdom, I see right through. Stage lights blinding, but I don't freeze. I walk with the ancients, I move with ease. Chains of deception, they try to bind, but I crack the code in a hieroglyph sign. Baseline heavy, truth in my chest. I rise like the Nile, I don't settle for less. Don't get hypnotized, don't fall for the show. Eyes wide open, now I know. Pop the illusion, break the spell. Truth in the rhythm, I know it well. Pop the illusion, don't be deceived. Eyes wide open, now I believe. Pharaoh fire in the beat, I ride. Ancient codes in the flow collide. Gold on the throne, but the mask is fake. I see through the lies, I won't take the bait. Desert winds whisper, secrets untold. I spit liberation, my voice is bold. Bass hits deep like a temple drum. Illusion shattered, the truth is come. The world stage is a mask. Actors play their part, but I see beyond the cast. I guard my heart. Pop the illusion, break the spell. Truth in the rhythm, I know it will. Pop the illusion, don't be deceived. Eyes wide open, now I believe.
Illusion, illusion. Welcome to the War Room. Glad to have everybody here. It is November 24th, 2025. We are almost in 2026. Won't be much longer.
Yeah, right. It goes fast.
So I hope everybody had a great day, a great weekend. What's today? Monday? Barely Monday?
Monday.
Oh man, it's going to be another interesting week, right? But it's going to be a short week. We got to keep our family in mind this week, right? We got to step away for a little bit and spend some time with the family and really just I know especially myself, my mom's not feeling too good, not doing too good, so this could be my last, and it's a hard thing. All right. I wanted all this stuff to end so my mom could see it. But it's not working out like that for me, right? Or a lot of us, right? A lot of us have lost relatives over the last few years, and we've done a lot of laughing and a lot of crying here. I just want to let the tribe know that I love you, and I thank you for sticking with us this whole time, even after the passing of Mike. And we want to also keep his family in our prayers. This will be their first Thanksgiving without their father, and that's usually the hard one, and especially Christmas, right? I know when my stepdad passed back in 1999, it was like Santa Claus died. That's pretty much who you gave your Christmas wish list to, right? So try not to get caught up in all this shit. Just know that everything's working out for the good. A lot of shit took place today. All right, you see the James Comey and Loretta, what's her name? She looks like a linebacker for the Giants. Letitia James, right, in the middle linebacker. Right, so
Linebacker
Right.
for the Giants.
Yeah, I think so, man. I just can't figure out which player it was. I think it was one. It could have been a player from like the '90s. I think. She was. Anyways, let me continue. I don't know. It's talk about anybody, but so a lot of people are upset, and rightfully so. And the justice system is garbage. And I don't know. I just found it weird that they only got Letitia James for like mortgage fraud.
Mortgage fraud. Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Mortgage fraud. Wow. Y'all are really sticking it to the deep state with that one. Shit. It's a joke, right?
No, they dismissed it. They just didn't dismiss both cases, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go over that. But I want to welcome Nadine and Mickey to the show. And
You're welcome.
greatly appreciate Nadine and all of her help on the show and everything she does in the background. And she helps me out with this. Kind of like the little co-producer here.
And all our team leaders.
Huh?
Awesome.
All the admins, everybody. I don't even want to call them admin. I'm like Mike. They ain't admins, family, our tribe. We, so we've done a lot of work over the last few years. Still a lot more work to do, and I just want to tell everybody to just keep the faith and stay positive. I know it's hard. Trust me, I haven't had an easy ride myself. It's been a struggle for me. I get pissed off, and I want things to go along a little bit quicker so that we can get this, you know, start moving forward in our lives. I feel like we're being held hostage with all this shit. Don't y'all feel like y'all are held hostage with all this stuff that's going on that should have been taken care of a long time ago? Like
I think we're holding ourselves hostage.
we're holding ourselves hostage. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What?
What, Mickey?
Can I say something?
Mickey.
I said yes. I do feel held hostage.
Yeah. But I look at what happened today as one step closer to something else taking place. Lord knows what that is. I just want to make sure that everybody stays united and not divided, and don't let these outside um, entities dictate what takes place in our country. Right? And we see a lot of that lately. People pretending to be Americans, Christians, you name it. Then they put on the MAGA hat. They'll do anything to fit right in, right? And then as time goes on, and
You're supposed to find yourself and not identify it as a group or anything. It's like identify as you, not as a certain political party or a certain anything. Be you.
right. So as the curtain gets pushed back, right, so to speak, people are, it's um, people aren't who we thought they were, right? A lot of people, and especially in politics. But I'm just grateful for this process, and I'm grateful for the tribe, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to even have these conversations like this. Normally, you wouldn't even be able to do any of this. It would have been all conspiracy theorist BS, and people would not have listened. A lot of people would have just been another channel or another podcast. But we grew over the years, and here we are, and looking pretty damn good, man. I think we're ahead of the game as far as the tribe's concerned on a lot of these topics and preparing, getting you guys prepared for
Whatever.
the unexpected. All right,
Right.
just
It is.
so I think we did a pretty good job at that. There's no surprises really coming our way, but it's more like confirming what we've been saying, right, for the last, I don't know, few months at the minimum.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out like what could actually shock me at this point. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, I really don't know of anything. I welcome it actually at this point. It's like bring it on, asshole.
You
It's like
wouldn't,
this.
you wouldn't be shocked if the show ended? Not this show, the movie, I should say.
No, I wouldn't be shocked at that. I wouldn't be shocked if blue people if the torso face people came. I wouldn't be shocked at like basically anything at this point. If my dog started talking to me, possibly. But
Right.
other than that, I'm good. I mean, I have prepared for any weird ass shit that could
Any
come
weird
my
shit.
way.
That's true. That's most of us, I believe.
You know, if the trees started really talking to me and stuff, maybe that might like off put me. But I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good about like, all right, we're good. As long as you're not going to eat me, we'll be fine.
That's right.
And sheepdogs, I just want to say, and I'm speaking for everybody, we are grateful to have you guys.
Oh yeah, that goes without.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys,
That's
every one of you. We had an amazing chat this morning. All right. Last few days I've been kind of aggravated with. Today I said, no, screw it. We're gonna start off on a different foot here and just because we don't have to go through all this shit that a lot of people are fixing to start going through because they kept their head in the sand. We don't have to go through that with them. Like we can let as long as we're seeing things taking place. To me, that's enough for me. A lot of people are losing hope. They're attacking each other, and I don't think that's right. Just because things aren't going the way you thought they were,
yeah.
shouldn't give you any right to attack any group of people that have stood up, no matter what label you want to put on them.
Channels, right? I see a lot of that. And it's kind of sad because
Yeah,
because that's just more division,
more division.
right? I mean, if they did something wrong, that's on them. And whatever natural laws takes place, but we have bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, some people are
We
building.
need to worry about ourselves.
Right. Some people are building platforms just on talking about other podcasters, and I think that's lame. You're not helping anybody.
Yeah,
Like, if you don't agree with them, then keep it moving, dude. I'd have to ask, if you're talking about somebody else, what are you doing? What have you
Exactly.
done over the last few years? Did you stand up when nobody else did? Right?
Nah, what a
Or did you
bunch
wait? Sit back. Go ahead.
of the word I was going to use is not appropriate even for me at this point. So that's really lame, like you said. I didn't know I hang out with you guys, and you bring me the news because I'm not going to be a part of it. I can't be a part of it. I just refuse it. I refuse to let it in. But what I do get comes from you guys, or if I scroll through Twitter, Facebook, whatever. So staying away from all of it is really it's the only way to go for. I just couldn't be a part of it. I couldn't even watch any kind of Law and Order or one of those kind of things, or the sitcoms that are on, and it's just so strange to be so far away from that when I was somebody that grew up with the TV always on. It's YouTube's always on usually, or music, and it's a lot better of a life. I appreciate you guys watching this stuff. I know you observe it, you don't absorb it, and it's good of you to take that off of some of our hands, which I appreciate more than you know. Um so anybody that's on the fence with getting through this TV thing, the regular cable, just you can DM me. I don't really DM too much, but if you need help trying to get off it, YouTube is a great place to land if you're an in-betweener, like you're trying to get off of it.
Um, yeah, and it's sad. People attacking other channels because some of these people have been following these people for a long time. And when you start losing distrust in people from each other, then it can really put someone in a tailspin. And that's not cool. Let them decide that on their own. They have discernment. They have their own mind. Let them decide that on their own.
That people's mental health you got to pay attention to.
That's right.
Right. But turning your muzzle to the flock ain't helping nobody. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't fear people scrutinizing me at all, but what I'm seeing is like it's it's too soon to be trying to call people out. First off, way too soon. Did you think this was going to be a sprint?
Right.
Right. This is a long distance race. It even says that in the scriptures, right?
Yeah.
So do not be afraid. Do not be afraid, right? So I don't like to get caught up in the drama. Say that
Gossip.
for your mama. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right.
So let's keep. I know Mickey's got something to say.
No, not at this point.
Oh, I thought you were unmuting. Ready? Let's start off the show. So let's stay positive. Let's know that everything's working out for the good of humanity, and the shit that you're seeing on TV has no power over you.
Right.
All right. We got to mend our relationships with our family members that we may have strained over the last few years because of politics. But other than that, man, let's enjoy the time that we're here because tomorrow isn't promised. And let's just don't worry about what tomorrow brings. Let's just kick ass today, and we're gonna do that right now. Let's go ahead and kick some ass. Let's start off with a little bit of this. Man, I hate to show Fox News. I'm like, ugh. Sorry guys, got to bring a little fake Fox News, but this will get the people caught up. Let me hold on. Where's this other one? Let's do the short real quick.
Former FBI Director James Comey is getting dismissed. The judge ruling the appointment of interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan violated the Constitution. The judge also criticized the DOJ for allowing an FBI agent who viewed Comey's privileged materials to testify to the grand jury. Now, the judge also tossed the case against Letitia James. Donna, we are just getting this on the wire. Talk to us about your top line thoughts in this moment.
Well, frankly, I'm not really surprised about the appointment of the Attorney General on that situation. I did think that that was going to be an issue, and I did think from the very beginning that Comey was going to have a valid legal argument. And what's interesting about the decision is it doesn't go to whether or not crimes are actually committed. It just goes to the way in which the prosecutor was appointed. So I'm not surprised legally when it comes to that issue.
Right. Do we foresee at all then an appeal or a different than prosecution, a second bite of the apple then with procedural things intact?
I would just, I mean, yes, it's a 29-page opinion. I was just reading through it. So sorry if I look distracted during our segment. It doesn't get to the claim of malicious prosecution that Jim Comey was making. So this is solely the appointments clause, and that's why you have both cases dismissed against both individuals.
Right.
And it is kind of interesting, though, because obviously that's kind of a fluke side.
Well, that was a little short clip from Fox. Here's the other one. We'll share this out. I'm not going to play a whole damn 9 minutes of Fox News on the show tonight, but just all these talking heads. So there it is. We'll share it out.
Totally AI.
Right?
You really do.
Oh, here's Shipwreck. A little something from Shipwreck. So I watched this earlier. Let me play this real quick. Let's.
I feel like as of lately, my opinions on some things that have been going on has been unpopular, to say the least. And here's the thing is I'm kind of used to that from doing this for quite a while. I've never really had the popular opinion for the most part. It's okay. But I do want to say that it would be very disingenuous of me to come out here and just parrot what other people are saying or what other influencers are saying if I don't inherently agree with it, or if I can't inherently see it without doing 77 jumping jacks and mental gymnastics all over the place. It'd be really hard for me to come out here and to tell you to trust a plan when you're struggling to pay your mortgage, or you're struggling to figure out how you're going to pay for Christmas, or you saw one of the 500 videos about the people on government assistance just buying shit willy-nilly while you are doing everything you can, working 3 jobs just to keep your electric turned on. It would be really hard for me to come out here and tell you, and very disingenuous for me to come out here and tell you that there's some grand thing going on and you just need to keep the faith and have the faith as you've had it since the end part of 2016 to 2020, then 2020 to 2024, while you're struggling, while you watched your loved ones die alone from COVID or ventilation infection, whatever that was. It'd be disingenuous of me to tell you to go vote and make sure you're picking the right candidate when we're not even sure about the voting thing anymore. I feel like the voting topic is going to come in hot and heavy starting next year with it being campaign season. It'd be disingenuous of me to come out and tell you to keep trusting the plan and keep keeping the faith when they're floating 50-year mortgages and 16-year car payments while sending billions of dollars to Israel or Ukraine, which is back in the conversation this week. I won't do that. I won't. I did that for the first term, Trump's term. I did it through all Biden's term. I watched that inauguration, Biden's inauguration, so close, trying to point out, and I don't want to do that anymore. And that was always kind of the end game for me. Like, this was supposed to be it. We weren't supposed to have to do that anymore. And a lot of the people that apparently get intel that the rest of us don't get from the military are pretty upset and angry that we just don't see that. I just don't see it, and that I'm a moron. But it is what it is. I don't get that intel. I'm not a part of that group. I'm tired of having to look at things too closely. We're not locked down anymore. People, they have to go to work 60, 40, 50 hours a week. They're going to school. They're paying their bills. They're just trying to figure shit out. And then they are being attacked from both sides. They're being attacked from the left for the normal shit, right? And now they're being attacked from this right for not standing and supporting Israel or for not trusting the plan. People have real lives outside of this, and it would be disingenuous of me to dismiss that based on military intel that I don't get, and I don't think a lot of them get either. I really do just want what's best for America and for our country and for our citizens, and I'm just not seeing it. And it would be, again, very disingenuous to me to come out here and try to twist it. I can't do that. I won't do that. I never have been, and I never will be loyal to any political party. I just will not. Think that's stupid. I want to vote for, and I want my vote to count, and I want it to be for the best person for the job, regardless of what party it is. Obviously, both parties suck in a very large way, but a lot of people are so ingrained into their party that still it's going to be a long time, I believe, before anything changes in regards to that. You can call me a lot of things, but you can't call me a grifter. I'm not grifting off anything, not going along with any of the narrative because I don't agree with the narratives that are going on. Watch this all play out time and time again, and I don't want to. So I want to be honest. And again, I know that's unpopular, but I don't get paid to say this shit. So I own it at the end of the day, and it's unpopular, and that's just the way it goes.
That was a really good one. I'm glad she brought that up about people, I brought up last night about salespeople and how Trump, everything, it's how he says it and puts it across to you. You believe what he's saying. Salespeople do that. And some of these people that are trying to tell you, I know what's going on in the military, like they're reading GCR, Judy Notes, White Hats, Telegram channel, Ariel on Twitter. They're reading different things from different people that these people don't know what the fuck. They're just reading things from other people. They sound like they're in the know. Oh, I know. No, you don't really know. You're just reading it from somebody else's play that they're putting on. So don't, figure this out, because people come across really well when they truly, as a salesperson, if you truly believe in something and then they're using their way with how they're explaining it to you, it comes across as fact. And the only facts we have are what's already happened and what we can kind of see, like a little glimpse of what's going on. But anybody that's really saying, well, this is what's happened, the military, the 5 of them went down because they're all in the same plane because that's how generals fly. It's like, you asshole, do you really know? Do you really know? Or are you just throwing it up, and trying to get people to listen to you because you've never been important in your whole life? So right now you're trying to sound important. So it's really, real military is classified. I wouldn't be sitting here telling you guys anything if I was really in charge of anything. There's no way.
And even we've said this before. The military is compartmentalized for a reason, right? You just wouldn't get into it like that. No.
Yeah, I get tired of people feeling like, even people that we have listened to, like they know something. It's like, no, I can go and I can read it in White Hats on Disclosure on Telegram. I can go to Ariel. I can go to so many different places. Judy Notes, that's like a soap opera if you go to that thing. So just be careful of like what kind of stuff you're listening to, because then they end up throwing the Bitcoin in there, and then it's like, ooh, yeah, all right. So even people that you really like, they're regurgitating they're throwing it up, they're basically throwing up pea soup. Ooh, they're just, it's not, the military is not going to be sitting here telling you what's going on. I'm sorry.
I mean, everyone's trying to figure it out, what's going on, and that's okay to try to figure it out. Yes.
Yeah, it's when
what we're all trying to do.
Yeah, it's when the people come on and they're like, oh, this has been happening. Like, if I say something to help somebody through something, I'll say, well, this is what's supposed to be happening. But some people come on and their conviction is like, they know. Like, it's like, no, you just read it from Judy Notes or the White Hats Telegram channel. Please don't bullshit me, because unless you really know, like I could almost believe somebody doing that, the nighttime walking thing and finding out information more than I would believe them if they were telling me the military was giving them information, So it's just be careful of who you're listening to, because some people don't even realize they're doing it. They're so involved in what's going on. They don't realize that they're putting that much conviction out there, that it's maybe bringing somebody more into the story or into another part of the story they don't even really belong in.
Is the chat frozen?
No. Linda just posted, please hit that like and subscribe button. That's bad. And there goes Mickey.
It's not moving.
And it's the one on the side. You know how you can see YouTube?
Oh, freedom. I see it. Let me see what it's. Okay, let me turn that off. Yeah, we got a storm coming. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, we got a storm coming right now. There's a storm coming. You better run.
And you know, I mean, some people might get some intel from
People think intelligence instead of intel.
not from. Okay, if you go
Exactly.
if you go to Carl Miller, right, and he talks about certain people in the military were put set aside, right, and after the military, they uh, put things into action to push the Constitution and get everything in order that way. And there's people, regular people, right, that are doing things, and I'm sure they do have a plan. I'm pretty sure they have a plan, but they've been doing it for a while, right? And people are doing things every day. It's everybody. It's not just military. It's not just vets. It's everybody, right? Some people you never even don't even know. They don't have a podcast. They don't have nothing, but they're out there doing stuff. Like that lady said, everyone's a white hat, right? Everyone's doing something, either spreading the word, sharing information, doing something within their state, their county. Everyone has a different position, and everyone's doing something. Was a plan for a very long.
Sure of that. Oh, all right. So even the foot, I don't know if I didn't watch football this weekend. I don't even watch football. I used to be a hardcore football watcher. Sports, you name it. I was all about that. But this weekend seemed to be over the top with the rigging and in your face, right? And I only know that because the people posted it on the different social media accounts, and I looked at the stuff. You got teams punting at the 20-yard line to make sure that they don't score, so that the something to do with Vegas, the betting, right? The over and under. I don't really understand any of that. I never betted on sports, but something with the over and under, right? And there was several incidences today or this weekend of blatantly obvious things taking place within not only our political scene is rigged, but also the sports. Here's one guy freaking out. Let me see. Normally I don't talk about sports, but this is. Let's put this over here. Here we go. This is kind of funny because he's kind of freaking out, but try telling these people. Here we go. Let's make this. Here's one of them. Okay, so the over under. So what we seen was right the NBA betting and all that, and the NFL and MLB, just the whole damn thing. So the over under was 36.5. Still absurdity. Let's hear why they punted here. Fanboys make it real. Okay. This is what took place. I guess this was a Browns Raiders game. So they fourth quarter, 50 seconds left. They punted.
This stuff is rigged. I don't know what to tell you anymore, man. I really don't. The Browns are punting from the 29. They're punting from the 29. You know what the over is? 38 and a half. I've been watching football for 30 years. I've never seen somebody punt from the 29. The 29.
right? So they punted because it would have changed the bet in Vegas, right? So somebody got a phone call and told them, hey, don't kick that field goal, right?
The 20 fucking 9! Stefanski! I'm fucking on to you! I'm on to you! I will have you investigated by the FBI after this! Because nobody in NFL history has ever punted from the 29, man!
So he's going to call the FBI and report them. Like, man, they got bigger fish to fry than your damn corrupt ass NFL. Sponsored by Big Pharma, Palantir, you name it, right? Oh, y'all hear that thunder?
See the flash about that tree.
All right. Oh, so that was that. That wasn't the only thing. But also there is right here the ball. Watch this. They got the magnets in the ball. There's no wind in the stadium.
Curls back inside, just kind of curls back. 59-yarder. He put
The ball goes to the
everything
right,
he had
missed
into
it.
this
Oh,
kick. It
nope,
looks like
it
it's
goes
going to
back to
bend
the left.
wide.
And in
Kind of
between
curls
upright.
back inside, just sneaks in there.
And it's caught.
Look, they switched the ball out. You can't keep that
There
one.
he is, young Jim Nance.
There's a reason.
Just catching football.
See
Oh, you
that?
see what they do there?
Yeah.
See how they switch that? But the reason you give the ball back, because there's chips in those footballs. Do you know that?
59-yarder. He put everything he had into this kick. It looks like it's going to bend wide. Kind of curls back.
All right, so that's what's been taking place this weekend. People are losing their shit. They're starting to see that Vegas pretty much runs everything as far as sports is concerned.
That's good. It's about time.
There's Shipwreck. Hey, y'all go give Shipwreck a follow on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Ready? Let's see what else we got. I think they're going to have what those Thursday. I don't know who's playing on Thanksgiving, but those are usually the biggest games of the year when everybody's hanging around. Right. And here's another thing I've seen.
Did I just spoil the surprise for some of the people? Right. Biggest night in sports.
All right. So John Cena's basically saying that he's there because everything's rigged, just like the WWE or WWF, right? Sports scripted.
Message.
Did I just spoil the surprise for some of the people? It's scripted entertainment. What we do is fake, right? So I know what you're thinking. Me hosting the SBs, that's crazy. Or is it genius? It's time to take a look at yourself, sports, and realize that you're more like the WWE than you have ever imagined.
Dwight Smith exposing how rigged the NFL is.
I don't believe the game is really decided on the field, so, I don't get into all the X's and O's and talking, man. Like I said, I played in the game. I set a Super Bowl record, and we knew every play they was running before the game started. So, hey.
Devontae, another one-score loss. How do you turn the train around?
Stick to the script. It's frustrating. Stick to the script.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well,
got that mic.
Let's just say it was a
But look at the ref helping him out. He literally trips this Vikings cornerback and it ends up in a Curtis Samuel touchdown. Just look at this. 24 was in perfect position to pick it off, and then he collides with the ref. That is unreal.
Me speaking about this really goes against me. Like, my annuities and my portfolios in the NFL. It's under the NFL. So if they go down, my stuff goes down. But I feel like you guys' souls mean much to me. So you can see the bigger picture. So you don't have to argue it Wednesday at 3 p.m. with a fan that's a Patriots fan. Y'all guys cussing each other out. And it's not even it's all It's just all scripted. Like, you want me to say it?
They have nothing to say. But they're not denying anything, and they're not refuting any of the facts. That's NFL team owners have documented ties. Past and present NFL team owners have documented business ties to either the gambling community and or the organized crime syndicate. I'm also seeing that no fewer than 70 NFL games have been fixed. Now,
what does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum.
To entertain. What does that mean? To bind or hold. To bind or hold what? An audience's attention. You say the word television. And when you turn on that television, channels. What's on those channels? Programming. They are programming you. They've been programming your whole life. You don't even know it. They do it with your music. They do it with your TV. They do it with your movies. They do it with your games. They have been programming us and programming you since you were little, and you don't even know it because you don't even question it.
Because you don't question it. Did you hear that? That's the issue. Nobody's questioning anything. Then when you start questioning it, people look at you like you're crazy and, well, what do you mean? Told somebody that this shit was rigged 3 or 4 years ago. And they said, well, my son's going to the game. What should he look out for? I said, shit, I don't know. It might not be the one. You know, but it is taking place. That's for sure. Even in the NBA, the MLB, you know, it's been going on for decades. Nothing new. We're getting some rain now. It's been, what, a few weeks already? Shit here. My X feed used to be really good. Now it's just a bunch of sports and shit. That's why I'm kind of going over that, because a lot of people obvious things this weekend. Let's see what else we got here. Let's put this down. Let's pull this up right here. We played it this morning. Maybe some of you have seen it. That's okay. Watch it again.
Hey, this is a Farm Boy. We're going to continue to look at, because I've made a couple videos already, about the legal system that we practice in the United States against what the Bible tells you and what God tells you. I know a lot of people think they're smarter than me, and they might be right, but they can't prove they're right. So therefore, I'm going to go with I'm smarter than you. And one of the things I read that struck me odd was the fact that in Proverbs chapter 6, in the first 6, 7, 8 verses there, it's very important for you to understand. It's about being a surety to something. So, it says, my son, if thou be surety for thy neighbor, if thou be a surety for thy friend, your friend. Basically what it comes down to is when you got your birth certificate, they was able to create a straw man fiction estate. That's your all uppercase spelling straw man fiction. And you're a surety for that. Everything they bring against you is in the name of that fiction, and they make you answer for it. It's called contract. Whether you know it or not, we have no Article 3 courts that I'm aware of in this country. The Article 3, Section 2 of the Constitution doesn't apply to state rule. Article 3, Section 2 says that you have a common law court, an equity court, and a maritime admiralty court systems. Well, they may exist, but they only exist in the private. They don't exist in the public. And now that we're in the public, thanks to the Erie Railroad case of 1938, well, things changed. That's how it works. But back to Proverbs 6, it says, son, if thou be surety for thy friend, and thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger. Who's that? The prosecutor, the police officers, the courts. Those are the strangers to you. I'm pretty sure that's what this is trying to tell you. It says, if thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Remember, Job didn't sin with his mouth. He kept his mouth shut. The one thing that I don't seem to be able to do in life. But for those of you who are better than me and practice a better lifestyle than I do, pay attention. It's your Fifth Amendment. You have the right to remain silent. In verse 2 of chapter 6 of Proverbs, it says, "And if thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth." You remember what those police officers tell you about your Miranda rights? You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you. That's literally how that works. So you can show up into court and claim you're there under special appearance, and they will trick you with everything imaginable to bring you into general. And once you're in general appearance, you are in administrative law. In special appearance, you are the man speaking to them. In general appearance, you are the person who's going to pay the price for that straw man fiction, all uppercase spelling estate that they brought charges against. Nobody ever pays attention to the fact of how this all works. So let me explain it to you in real simple terms. They bring charges. That has to do with money. Don't you use a charge card? Don't you get charged for using your electric? Charged for buying gas? Charged for everything you purchase? It's because charges are in commerce. And so when you're charged with a crime, a speeding ticket, a felony, you killed somebody, they're all charges and they have value. But the court doesn't tell you that. No, what the court does is they implement all the changes that was caused by the Erie Railroad 1938 case, where they blended law and equity and gave all the states administrative-only law. The states have statutes, and those statutes all have bonds on them. And in that state, they give you the opportunity to get a license. Every license you get, your marriage license, your driver's license, your professional nursing license, it doesn't matter what it is, all has a bond attached to it. It has value. The thing is what happened was they took away in 1938 Article 3, Section 2 of the Constitution to the people in the states and gave them administrative courts, banking courts. It's all about money. The thing is with that is in order to get you into that court, someone has to fill out an affidavit of a charge, a claim against you. And then the court, against your will, uses your estate and fraudulently creates a bid bond, a payment bond, and a performance bond. And they do that without your permission. Therein lies the fraud. But how did they get there this far? Well, I want you to think about it. Maybe the history that they taught you in school is a little different than you think it was. Maybe World War II isn't what you think it was. In 1929, they gave us a depression. They put everybody on their knees. In 1938, they stole our constitutional rights at the state level and gave us administrative law. By 1940-41, we were involved in World War II. Did it ever occur to you that World War II was not about the Nazis? That it was about banking, and that they were implementing things to take away your rights a step at a time, and they just gave you war as a new thought process, something to focus on, a distraction. You take somebody's kid and send them off to a foreign land and threaten to kill them in a war, that's quite a distraction for the family of that young man. Well, if you look at it from that perspective, it was a propaganda trick. And from that point on, in 1938, the dominoes began to fall. And by 1971, Lincoln took you off the metals market. And there was nothing left but credits and debits. So World War II might have had more reasons to exist than fighting the Nazis or those dadgum Japanese. No, it may have been a propaganda program to get some things in banking, international banking, to tie up everyone. They already had the 13th Amendment in, and that's from a previous video. You need to go look that up. So they made everybody the ability to be slaves. It didn't matter what color you were. World War II may very well have been the stage to keep the American people from that era from standing up for themselves. And they were so absorbed in World War II that they forgot to stand up for themselves. And then when they came back from the war, they kept you preoccupied. And through the 50s, they gave you really good jobs. And people bought Sears and Roebuck's homes. And they raised families. And they had money. And the dollar went farther than it ever has. There's an idea behind this. And the Bible tells you the whole story. And while all these people say that they don't believe in God or they don't believe in the Bible or the Bible's manipulated by a whole bunch of people and all this stuff, it's because they're not looking for the correct stories. They're looking for some religiosity bullshit, and it's not there. The Bible is a history book, and it tells you how these people operate. That's just how it works. Maybe you need to wake up. Maybe you need to understand that everything that you believe in is wrong. I don't know if it's the Greek word peripateia or whatever it is. But anyways, it's when someone wakes up suddenly to realize that everything that they are and everything they believe in was a freaking lie. Well, wake up, America. Everything you believe in is a freaking lie. You do not have a judicial system. You have a legislative administrative courts. They took the judicial system away from you. The Article 3, Section 2 courts from all the states in 1938. It's over. You don't have that. This is a farm boy. Let me know what you think about that. Because you truly are the surety for the national deficit.
There you go. Like to hear it go. All right. All right. Everyone remembers Netanyahu here a few months ago, maybe a few weeks ago, talking about how they were going to pay people to push propaganda or positive things about Israel. But not only that, but they're also interfering in our local areas, right? People from foreign countries are coming into our communities and starting shit and trying to get us into some kind of a war with each other, a religious war, so to speak. You know, Christians versus the Muslims, or what, something to that effect. So I'm gonna play this here. This is from Savvy Sabs. You can go subscribe to her channel. But she pointed out something very important here. I want to go ahead and get to the end so that you can make sense of it in the beginning. But this is where we're at. The guy that we're going to be covering in this here in Dearborn, Michigan. This guy right here. Also, let's see the guy. There he is right here. But here he is. Here he is right there. I think this is the guy right here. This is the guy that met with Netanyahu here recently. Right there. You see that? This is the guy who started up all the shit in Michigan. Right.
We're going to get into this wild story that happened in Dearborn, Michigan. There are paid pro-Israel influencers that went to Dearborn, Michigan, and decided to cause a ruckus. Now, for those who are not aware, Dearborn, Michigan has a large Muslim population. The mayor of Dearborn, Michigan is Arab American and is also Muslim. And they went there to start mess and then decided to basically say it's their fault. Do prepare yourself for some of the things that you're about to hear. Let me go ahead and bring this one in first. Following a march against Islamization in Dearborn, Michigan, Pardon J6er Jake Lang spoke to city council telling Muslim members, you guys are outbreeding. I'm not kidding, you guys. I can't even make this up. It's so disgusting. But this is one of the things that happened in Dearborn, Michigan. Check this out.
And just want to point out, why is he wearing a flap jacket like he's in a war zone?
Right.
And this is a Pardon J6er?
Yes.
And he's still starting shit? He didn't learn from J6? Yeah. All right, here we go.
Keep it down. In 1900, the world was 30% white. Fast forward 125 years, we are down to 7%. The Islamification of Europe is particularly aimed at the destruction of white people. The Islamification of America is aiming to meet the same goal. Our people white Christian, European, Western civilization. We built the arts. We built the Colosseum. We have ran the world into the industrial age. And now this people here, the Muslim community, is looking to drag us back. They're looking to oppress women, oppress homosexuals. They're looking to destroy everything that makes America great. President Trump, send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life.
He's talking about H-1B1 visas and stuff like that, which that Trump fully takes advantage of. Okay, so if you're going to call it out, at least start at the top.
We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be Americans, wearing your suits. But that doesn't happen anywhere else where you guys are in charge. There are 53 Muslim majority countries. And in all of them, it is tyranny, destruction. It is shithole living. We have to call it what it is.
So let me tell you what's going on, folks. Let me tell you what's going on, okay? You know that now that the right is having a pro-Israel problem, now it is on people like him and also Cam Wigby. We're going to bring in Cam as well. You're going to see what he did in Dearborn, Michigan. It is on these paid pro-Israel influencers to convince you that somebody else is the problem. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to increase Islamophobia in the United States. They're trying to get Americans to fear Muslims once again. That's what this is all about. So the rhetoric that you're hearing coming from him, saying that, oh, it's all the Muslims' fault, it's all you guys, etc. Again, trying to shift that focus from Israel onto someone else.
You guys don't live like we do. We don't want you in our country. We will come and eat your shawarma in Somalia, okay? We don't need it here in Michigan. We don't need it in any part of America. We have a right to self-determination. Their founding fathers fought and died for our posterity, for white Americans. Amen. And we're being driven out. You come here and you marry 4 or 5 women and you outbreed us. You change the laws. You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. I don't want you.
So you see what's happening? So he goes to their town, goes to their community, speaks to their people. Everybody see what he's doing here? And he's telling them that they need to leave and get out of the country. So you see the whole narrative with Israel and the genocide and trying to get people to be pro-Israel, it's not working. And so one way that they think that they can get people back on the pro-Israel board is to get people to believe that the Muslim people are a problem and you should fear them. They're scary people. I saw this after September 11. I remember all of this.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're trying to do. When all else fails, blame another group. That's the trick that they're trying to use. It's sad, isn't it? Crazy.
I don't want you here. I don't want you here. This is our country. And the people, the veterans, the World War II veterans, that's blood has soaked for our constitutional republic, are taking a look around Europe. They're taking a look around America, and they're saying, what the hell did we fight for? We have been taken over without a single shot fired. You guys are outbreeding insidious parasites on the American way of life.
So let me get this straight now. See, this is where we got to come in. Because if you say that you're pro-life and that people should be having babies, but then you come and you say to this particular group that you're outbreeding, you're having too many babies, are you really pro-life or are you only pro-life for certain people? You see the hypocrisy again? Everybody is looking for someone else to blame, another group to blame. The people in Dearborn, Michigan, minding their own business, and they basically were invaded by this guy and Cam Higbee, the pro-Israel, the paid pro-Israel influencers, this is the work of Benjamin Netanyahu. These people aren't doing this for free. They're doing it because that's what they're paid to do. And then they take video footage, and they'll take deceptive video footage as well and put it on social media and say, oh my God, look, they're after me. They're attacking me. We saw the same thing when they went to the HBCUs and the kids told them to leave. Oh no, look, I'm scared. I'm worried for my life. To get you to focus on anybody else so that you're not talking about the genocide, so that you're not focused on the fact that Israel killed all these damn people in Gaza and are still starving people in Gaza.
You will never look like us. You will never eat like us. You won't build buildings like us. You are nothing. You can build nothing. Just like President Trump's great American friends have said, you guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king.
Hold on. You guys see what he's doing now? So after he said all of that, he said America first. Now he is trying to use that America first phrase to apply it to something else. See how this works? He's trying to co-op. Then he had the nerve to say Jesus is king after all that hateful stuff he said.
Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
And that guy right there with the baseball cap on, that's Cam Higbee. I'll show you him as well because he also spoke. But one of the other things that happened is he slapped this guy with bacon. Like this is so disrespectful. So that's the Quran. You see what I'm saying? So you see who the threat is, right? You see who the real agitators are, right?
Yeah. Yo, guys. I just got done this way.
United we stand! Divided we fall!
The only one with some sense was this guy right here in the blue.
Right. I mean,
He screamed, united we stand, and divided we fall.
Wonder why they treat us like we do.
Yeah, like we're a bunch of kids.
Because we're a bunch of kids.
Grow the fuck up.
Right?
Putting bacon on a bomb.
Handle our own emotions.
Because you got dumbasses like this that are sent in by foreign agencies.
One thing about them that were at the top is they're all friends. They're all united. They all prosper. Right?
Oh, yeah. So y'all hear what he said? United we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Guys, do they really let people bring phones into that kind of setting ever? Like, because I've never been in a court where that you could bring in a phone.
No, that's not a court. That's a city council.
Yeah, some of the courts are allowing it to them now. Like you're supposed to be able to.
Okay, thank you.
But they have had some issues with some courts, but some of them have been letting them in. Yes.
A lot of city councils don't like the transparency or independent media coming in there with their cameras. They want the media because they depend on the mainstream media to cover for them or not even say anything about their corruption. Right. But
that's all part of the transparency.
But you see the age of these guys. They look like about mid-20s, 30s, 40s, probably. Dude's got a Quran in his hand and a bacon in the other, and he's slapping the Quran. I mean,
that's
what a stupid shit is that?
That's just
stupid. Dude,
but 60s.
Grow up, man.
Says too much hate. That's why the controller's locked is inside the ice ball.
That's it.
Seriously.
That's it. It's the hate.
Yeah, we have too much hate.
And they're using that to their advantage.
Right.
All right. A lot of people are. But that's why I'm playing this, is so that people can understand that this is coming all the way from Netanyahu, folks. Congratulations.
Well,
Satan,
so
Yahoo.
all of that agitators or whatever their agenda is.
So you want to talk about someone else's religion online? Okay. Don't get upset when that shit happens to you.
That's right.
Right? Gotta quit. All right, so we got to see what's really going on here and how we're being manipulated. That's the point of this. Right? All right, let's go right here to my buddy right here in the blue. Who's on? Be the only one with any sense.
What's up? Hey! United we stand! Divided we fall! We are not divided!
Once again, notice who the disruptor is, right? All to distract you again from the genocide that's actually happening in Israel. You'll see here's another one here. Pro-Muslim and anti-Muslim protesters argue on the corner of Michigan Avenue and Schaefer in Dearborn. So you can watch this here.
So much for love thy neighbor, huh? There's more cameras than there are people.
So again, when we talk about colonialism, and I told you guys, Israel, the Greater Israel Project is basically the last phase of colonialism. Once again, who is coming into where? It's the Dearborn community. People who don't live there came into that community to harass these people, telling them to get out of the country.
What kind of shit is that?
Here's another one that you'll see as well. Same guy. By the way, this account, this Wall Street Apes account, whoever this is that they don't show their face. This is another one of those accounts that pushes this type of propaganda on Twitter, and Elon Musk elevates this account. This one, Cat Turd, Gunther, Eagleman, they elevate these accounts that basically are trying to put fear into people. Look at this. Okay, he said this is a national emergency. Muslims surround Americans in Dearborn, Michigan, viciously chanting Allah Akbar. Look at the way that he worded this, he or she. Okay, this is a national emergency. No, it's not. Muslims surround Americans. Do you see what he did there? Muslims surround Americans. But the people are Muslim American. So he's trying to tell you, oh, they're not American, get them out of here. But you won't see this account say that about any of the Israeli Americans that live in the United States. And that's the propaganda that's being pushed. And that's the type of propaganda that's being elevated on Twitter from accounts like this one. A lot of these accounts don't show their face. Here's the video here.
I believe they're going to cancel the 6:30 City Hall meeting because everybody's chimping the fuck out. They're chimping the fuck out. I don't have bananas. Chill out. I don't have bananas. This is not America. This is an insurgency. They are taking over our country. They're taking over our country.
You hear what he's saying? They're taking over the country.
They want us all dead. Let's go.
Wow, what's happening right now? People are pushing. Wow. This is Dearborn, Michigan right now.
Yes, this is Dearborn, Michigan. Any racist is not welcome. No races here. If you can't be peaceful, but every race is welcome. If you're a racist, you're not welcome.
At all. We do not want
Every race is welcome.
1,
2, 3. Our president is a pedophile.
That was kind of funny. But yeah, so they go into these neighborhoods and they try to stir things up, right? And then you'll see here's Cam Higbee here. Again, this is Cam Higbee. He is one of the paid pro-Israel influencers that said, look, I'm here in Gaza. There's nothing, all this food is going to Gaza. Look at all of this, right? So pay attention, these accounts. Paid. He confronted the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan.
I'm a journalist. I'm not a protester. This is my badge. Okay. Today on the streets of Dearborn, I was pepper sprayed, maced by protesters because I asked them simply why they were harassing and touching another individual who had stated repeatedly that he was only on their side of the street to talk to them and have a dialogue. My phone was smashed. You can see the broken camera right there. They stole $50 out of my pocket and they stole my microphone receiver.
There's no video that showed that they stole any money out of his pocket. So do you see how you see the stigma that he's trying to place on the people there? He's basically trying to tell you they're thieves. They're violent. This is what they do. And this is 100% the agenda that Benjamin Netanyahu wants to happen. They go around the country and they go into communities that they basically tend to go into there and to harass them. They do that. They videotape it. They send out the videos or the parts of the videos that make them look good and make everybody else look bad. The video I showed you of the previous guy speaking in this meeting, that video was taken by Ford Fisher. That wasn't the video from Cam Higbee. So you see what I'm saying? Like I had to show you a video that someone else took so that you could see the full story. But then they try to make themselves look like the victim.
I went and I told one of your officers, badge number 3668, that this had happened. He told me there was nothing that could be done about it unless I went to the station. I told him, I can't go to the station. I'm working. I'm doing my job. He said, I'm working too. I said, Dad, your job is to protect me and all of the people that are out here today. Okay. So we said that I could go into the station later. I told him, you're never going to catch the guy if I go into the station later. He's going to leave. He's dressed head to toe in black bloc. I filmed the whole thing, but he had a mask on his face. You'll never, ever get an opportunity to arrest that person ever again if you don't go and get him right now. He said, sir, I can't leave my post. 5 minutes later, I caught him in the parking lot on a personal phone call. Okay. Repeatedly today, I watched people that are in this room get attacked by other people that are in this room. I watched your officers not respond to those attacks repeatedly. Then I saw somebody who was in this group, which I'm a journalist. I'm just documenting what's going on and I'm here to tell you what's going on. I saw somebody in this group get arrested. I asked the officers, habeas corpus, please articulate probable cause for arresting this person. They refused to. I asked name and badge number. They refused to give me their name and badge number as a member of the press with my badge clearly displayed. They would not tell me why they were arresting this person. They just did it. Okay. Yesterday, I was exploring Dearborn. I came here just to document this from Seattle.
Nope. See, he slipped up there. Because first he said he wasn't a protester. He said that he was a journalist. And he slipped up right there. He said yesterday, I came here just to he was about to say protest because that's really what he came there to do.
Seattle as a journalist, okay? I was exploring Dearborn. I walked up and down Michigan Avenue. There wasn't very many people out. Then we wanted to hear the call to prayer that we've heard so much about. So we went to a mosque. And at that mosque, I was followed by a drone. If I moved forward, the drone moved forward. If I went backwards, the drone went backwards. I went to a gas station and that drone waited outside of the gas station just above the door for me to leave so it could begin following me again. I was followed by vehicles and I was followed by individuals on foot. There was a lot of talk in here today about
public place, public space. People can follow you in a public space. You see what I mean?
Sexism. So I'd like to quote the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, one of my favorite quotes from the Prophet Muhammad. A woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's due to the deficiency of her mind. God created two sexes, one superior and one inferior. That's why your women wear hijabs, because they're inferior to men. That's why in most Muslim countries, they can't leave their homes without permission of a male guardian. Is my time up?
You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
okay, great.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't feel like a dhimmi in my country. That's what I feel like in Dearborn, Michigan. It doesn't feel like home. I feel like a dhimmi, a second-class citizen, which is what Christians are in the majority of Muslim countries. Dhimmi.
He doesn't live in Dearborn, Michigan. He came to their town. Does everybody see that this is a script? It's a script, and a lot of people online are falling for this. I'm like, you guys don't realize that these guys are, look, a lot of these guys, like, he's like, I'm a journalist. No, you're a paid actor. That's what he is. Cam Higbee is a paid actor. That's it. He's not a journalist. He's paid by Israel. He was on that list as one of the people who is paid $7,000 per post by Israel. He's just a paid actor. That's it.
Peace. Second-class citizens. In the policing in this city, that's exactly what happens. And I know rank-and-file officers in pretty much every city usually want to take care of these problems. You're the one giving the orders, Mr. Mayor. These guys definitely want to do something about them. They're business. Look at them. These guys are all business. Your orders. I'm done.
You know, it's a sad disgrace what people are willing to do for money. Yeah, that $7,000 club. And this is interesting because they were making fun of him on Fox News, because now he goes on Fox News and watch this. Dearborn agitator Cam Higbee nearly faints on Fox News out of sheer stupidity. Watch this.
All intentional. It's Hamas's plan. The problem is that their plan is essentially to spread this propaganda throughout the internet by using sorry guys.
All right, let's go to RA's. Cam, get yourself together there, my friend.
The launching of missiles from densely populated urban areas like the Gaza Strip, it essentially, they want people to see what is happening. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Ari, I want to get to this politically.
Yeah, Fox News allowed him on the show. They didn't know he was Netanyahu's bitch.
He must have forgotten his script. Because you see, at the end of the day, this guy and the others who are with him, this is who they work for. You know, this wasn't always Cam Higbee's boss. At some point, he had a different boss, but, you know, his new boss is Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife. That's who Cam Higbee works for. All of these people, these agitators that are going into that community, going after the Muslim community in Dearborn, Michigan, this is who they are working for. They're paid actors. He ain't no damn journalist. Paid actor. And that's his boss. So that's his new boss. The same guy who stood up there and said people need to get out of the country. That's who he works for. And as Solomon mentioned here, Solomon said, Cam Higbee is part of the drama in Dearborn, is clearly a psyop. And he'll wear different disguises. Sometimes he has on a hat. Sometimes he has on sunglasses. Notice in this picture, his eyes are right there for you to see. No sunglasses, no hat. It's the same person that keeps doing this. That's who Cam Higbee works for. So his new boss is foreign intelligence, Benjamin Netanyahu. But he goes to Dearborn and tells them that they need to get out of the country, that he feels like a second-class citizen there. It's all a script, it's all acting, and it's dangerous. But Cam Higbee likes his new boss because his new boss is paying him $7,000 per post. Not every day, per post. Imagine if he posts 10 posts, maybe even more for video. You know what I'm saying? So in comes the videos. It's a sad state of affairs. A lot of people have been bought, and Cam Higbee is one of them.
Hey, you should check out his Twitter. Right? He's focused on Portland, ICE facilities, different things like that. Dearborn, Michigan. He's all about that chaos. Go ahead, Michigan.
No, he obviously doesn't read the Quran. Because let me read to you. In Islam, People are not classified according to their gender, wealth, race, or color. All people, men and women, originate from one and the same source. They have one father and one mother. Their Lord is one and the same, and they share the same responsibility of obeying Him, abiding by His laws. Thus, the only criterion
Criteria.
that distinguishes one person from another is his or her righteousness and dutifulness of Allah. Okay, and then it says in here, Quran, Al Hajarat 49:13. O people, we have created you from a male and a female, and made you in groups and tribes so that you may know each other. Indeed, the noblest of you in the sight of Allah are the most righteous among you. According to the Islam, men and women complement each other. They are equal members of the society and they have their duties and responsibilities. They are the same. There are some differences between the roles of men and women in the society, but these differences do not make one gender superior to or inferior to another. So, he's totally wrong.
Right.
And that's how stuff gets spread around.
And yeah, and here they are with their little MAGA hats on, pretending to be MAGA, right? You see him pretending to be MAGA. MAGA, you need to put a MAGA hat on, dude. You got the wrong hat on. Make Israel great again. That's the hat you need to be wearing, sir.
We're not seeing anything.
Oh, let me put it on the screen. Thank you, Mickey. Here you go.
Welcome.
Sorry, I thought I had it right now. There he is. Just put a MAGA hat on and then cause all kinds of chaos, right? That's the shit I'm talking about. Right? He needs to have a Make Israel Great Again hat, not America, because he's taking money from Satan, Yahoo. Right? Him and his buddy back there with the 47. So they went to the HBCU to stir up shit and then put that footage out to the media to make it seem like there's some kind of racial tension, right? So if he isn't after Muslims, he's into black community colleges. Make it make sense. What's your purpose, dude? What's your point?
An agenda.
Why you got to wear a MAGA hat there? You couldn't just show up and talk to the people as is? You had to put a MAGA hat on for the video here? Because you didn't have that when you were in front of the city council talking shit. You didn't have that MAGA hat on when you took that set standing behind Satan Yahoo, right? There's got to be something's going to happen to these people. This is going to be some major charges, guys. This is going to be like, I don't know exactly what, but these guys are foreign nations interfering in all kinds of elections, you name it, in our communities, trying to stir shit.
That would go with that executive order.
The what?
Executive order.
Yeah.
The Enemy Act, maybe.
There's something going on here. But we see it here. They show up, they put, let them talk. Then it gets carried away. There's a few people there, right? And they all show up. And then you create this issue, and then this is what they show on TV, right? This is what they show. So instead of uniting the country, these guys are trying to divide it. All right. So that's just one thing on his X account. There's plenty more. You got Portland, all the shit. You got the lady that said her. I just did a deep dive on Lawrence Reed, who lit a young woman on fire on a Chicago train. Is that the video that looked like it was AI generated where the person stood there and they were on fire? I thought that was New York. Must have been New York. All right. So that's just a heads up. Don't get caught up in it. Right? With all that hate, you're being manipulated by the same people that lied about 9/11 and the weapons of mass destruction that got us into all these wars and murdered all kinds of innocent people. And then we lost our own sons and daughters, brothers and sisters because of it, because of lies. Right? So they're still trying to do it today. Don't fall for it. Rise above it. Stay united, not divided. And just keep in mind, there's bots from the left and the right, trying to sow seeds of hate. So this runs deep, man, and you got to do your research on the people you follow, especially if they're taking money from Saint Yahoo.
A new collection of all the things Trump is doing to move the control grid. He is moving very, very fast. When it comes to building, first he's getting the Real ID implemented very aggressively. Real ID, to do a control grid, you need a very high quality precision national ID that's interoperable with all the other IDs around the world. And he's got Kristi Noem out there pushing the Real ID like there's no tomorrow. So they're working, and it's done through the states, but the feds are pushing it. So the first thing you need is a digital ID. The second thing you need is an all digital financial system. So you got to kill cash, and you got to make everybody interact digitally. And if you look at what he's doing with taxes and Social Security, he's trying to make everybody, he's canceled pennies, but he's also canceled now. Normally I pay my taxes with paper, and now he's saying, no, you got to do everything digital. It's not this year, but the next year.
Really?
So he's trying to, if you go through that list, I've got 50 different items of what he's doing. Trump was put in by the bankers to get the control grid. The other team in the Uniparty.
All right, so Kristi Noem, right? DHS, Tel Aviv, all created by Israel. Patriot Act.
Oh, you gotta play that one.
What's that? Which one? That.
I think it's one that shows the different accounts.
Oh yeah. All right. So you're either going to reject the beast, or you're going to go into it. Choice is yours.
And just remember, when you speak out like that, pay taxes on that. Because you don't start. Constitutional sound money.
There you go. It's all unconstitutional.
Taxes
all right. Digital ID unconstitutional. Fiat unconstitutional. Give me 1 second here. We're going to pull up. Let me play something real quick. I got to find this video. Let me play this other thing I got loaded here. Let's see if I got it loaded.
Showed you the maps that were here on Earth before 1958, before the governments took them out. Now I'm going to show you the Encyclopedia Britannicas in the public libraries before 1958. Here's volume 2 out of the alphabet A. And we're going to flip to the Antarctica, and this is from 1958, as you can see. Now we're going to flip to the Antarctica and see what the Encyclopedia Britannica from 1958, before the Antarctic Treaty, says is there. Now you won't find this in the new encyclopedias because the government's banned them, but what I want you to notice right here is, notice how it says the flights proved inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Take a really, really close look at that. Now I'm going to zoom it in for you. When they returned to New Zealand, these flights proved the inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, let me show you with an image of what a flat earth map would look like. Now, this is what a latitude 80 degrees south would look like on a flat earth map. As you can see, the dome comes down closer to you over the wall, which will be about 13,000 feet. Now, if you go back out into the center of the earth, or up the North Pole, and try to go up to the firmament with a little bit of calculation, it's going to show that it's about 385,500 feet away. It's really, really simple, folks. Now, if you're not familiar with any of this at all, and you're just now new to all this, you can say, well, this guy is crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But what you got to ask yourself is, why do all the maps before 1958 show a flat Earth with the ice wall around it and a firmament, a dome? And why does the encyclopedia tell you that there's a dome there, and it gives you the exact height at a certain latitude and longitude? Well, the reason is because in 1958, that's when all governments and all nations of the world signed the UN treaty to ban all civilians from going to the Antarctica, and NASA came in and erased everything, just like they're erasing everything today.
So 38,500 feet equals 73 miles. Right, straight up. Allegedly.
What's up, guys? I'm the Smooth Toad. Huge Twitter update that has allowed you to click this here and find out where accounts are created and based off of. And we are finding out some heinous stuff. The Department of Homeland Security was created in Tel Aviv, Israel. Almost every single major MAGA creator on Twitter is just someone from another country trying to destroy the United States from within.
Yep.
And bots on the left and the right. It's not just that. I remember when 2015, 2014, before Trump got in, I was battling the bots with Hillary Clinton. The Clintons, they all had bots. I mean, it was all over Facebook. It was obvious, right?
Right. Yeah, there's bots everywhere, and there's bots selling stuff on, she don't even know if that's a real person.
That's how they interfere with elections too. They get people to vote a certain way.
Crypto, get your wallet, all that stuff. People get scammed on that. I mean, there was another video a guy shows that some of these accounts are in Nigeria, all over, not even from this country. So a lot of scammers too.
A lot of division. So the point of tonight's show is to be made aware of this and don't fall for the division, right, in this country right now. Can't afford it. And the fastest way to come out of this is we ain't got to agree with each other, but we definitely got to work with each other to make things better. So regardless of what your religion is, your sexuality, your color, you all got to come together, figure this out, right?
We're going to have to, or nothing will change.
Yeah.
We've got to be changed, each one of us.
Let's see what else we got here.
Oh, is that one about the latest one?
Oh yeah. Where's that at? Get it right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me find this video. 1 second. Here we go. Nope.
I just looked up about bots on eBay, and it's under, from what I can see, jump-starting JavaScript, build a Twitter bot, and LED, and then it has this thing on it about that Raspberry that you guys taught us about. Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, Raspberry Pi. Yeah.
Yeah. So that it's $13.74 to be able to buy whatever this is. So it's that simple to be able to grow whatever you are if you're not an authentic, straight up person. If you're some, weirdo that doesn't know who you are and you need to be something bigger than, I don't know. I can't understand people like that. I just can't. I'm glad I can't. I don't want to freaking deal with them. They need to all just go to be on another island. I don't know. I'm just tired of it. And I'm just tired of it's just clowning around. I see clowns.
Yeah, you're supposed to, because that's what it is. It's a clown show. The CIA, right?
It certainly
It's the
is.
clowns. It's the Nephilim, right? They're clowns.
Yeah.
Right? Grok is a clown. Did y'all know Grok was a clown from the 50s and 60s? A literal circus clown.
Stop.
No. You stop. Yeah, it's all it's circus. Why they call it a circus? Right? If you don't believe me, here, look, I'll put it up on the screen for you. Watch this. I'll show you a little circus clown here. It's Grok. Let me pull it up, and then we'll get into this. You got that right there? Check this out. 1950, Grok the Clown. King of Clowns. Grok the Clown, 1947. What happened to Grok, 1951? Grok says his famous why. I don't know what the hell it is. This is Grok. It's all over you. Clowns, Pennywise, you know, like It. Stephen King's It. Right?
Yep.
This isn't your ordinary mansion. It's a surreal mix of luxury and circus magic. Imagine walking into a place where every corner, every detail feels like it belongs in a whimsical dream. Built by Grok, one of the world's most famous clowns, Grok designed it with secret symbols, strange rooms, and even hidden passages. It's a masterpiece that blurs the line between fantasy and reality, leaving you wondering, was Grok a performer or a magician? Would you dare to visit this clown's mansion? Have you ever heard of
golf course. It's land that's seen more than a century. What you're looking at isn't just an old golf course. It's land that's seen more than a century of extraction, abuse, and broken promises.
They're taking millions, trillions of dollars out of coal, gas, and timber out of here, and we're just left with the aftermath.
Now, a new generation of investors is eyeing the same patch of land. Only this time, they're not mining for coal.
Along came this project of AI.
Data centers coming to Mingo County.
A big initiative to attract data centers.
So if you're thinking about a data center, come while the getting is good.
Mingo County, West Virginia is one of the latest examples of a playbook we've seen roll out across the U.S.
Everything's being kept hush-hush on this, on the data centers and the electric grid. They don't want you to know anything.
They originally had no intention of providing a hearing at all.
We're essentially inviting in the worst actors, people who would want to locate in West Virginia because of our entire lack of regulation.
But what does a data center mean for one of the poorest counties in America? A county that was once the beating heart of coal country.
Just because we're coal miners in a coal mining neighborhood don't mean we don't want clean water, clean air, clean everything.
How many people in here are opposed?
Are data centers the new coal mines, another extractive industry that'll make a few people rich and leave everyone else with the mess?
And now they're asking us to once again pay the cost of doing business with our health and our livelihoods.
They think we're stupid down here. They think they're just going to push it on us.
Or are data centers something different? A lifeline for places like this.
And I firmly believe that this is going to turn this into a mecca for West Virginia.
We went to Mingo County to find out.
So we are putting up this air monitor so I can put it in with wood screws or I can put it up with zip ties.
You fit it up with whichever one's easier for you to do.
Yeah, wood screws.
Tyler Cannon grew up in the hills of southern West Virginia, where news travels fast and nothing stays secret forever. In March, he came across something unusual: 2 brand new permit applications for power plants in Mingo County.
These power plants would be the second largest in the state in terms of power generating capacity, and they would be the third largest in the state in terms of greenhouse gas emissions.
But those power plants were never meant to power the homes in Mingo.
We have an update on data centers coming to Mingo
It's
County.
ground zero when it comes to 2 potential data centers.
Residents are raising concerns.
It ain't what we see. It's going to kill us. It's what we don't see.
When the news broke about the data centers, residents started showing up to public meetings with a lot of questions.
Why are greenhouse gas emissions not accounted for in this permit?
Well, what kind of experience do you have with this kind of equipment that they're saying that they're going to use to control emissions?
What sort of time frame is this project looking at?
How is the public to understand water impacts when we have no information about volume of withdrawal?
And what would it take for us to get you to not issue these permits?
And for months, they were met with silence, delays, and half answers.
I have no college degree, but I have common sense, and common sense tells me this is not good.
Eventually, many residents started taking matters into their own hands. Why did you decide to have one of these installed?
I wanted it installed to find out just exactly what this thing was going to be and what it was going to emit.
Tommy Powers isn't your typical tree-hugging environmentalist. For years, he was an underground coal miner.
I'm not doing this because I hate coal mining or off-grid power plants. If they can make them safe and do what's right, I would support them. But when I go to a meeting that they refuse to answer questions, it tells me they have something to hide.
For people in Mingo, this story's got a familiar ring to it. Another industry, another promise of prosperity, built on the same land that coal once hollowed out.
We have seen every 5 to 10 years in southern West Virginia, some industrial developer propose what at that time is cutting edge technology that requires an incredible amount of resources, promising jobs in hopes of a lax regulatory landscape and political conditions that will embrace whatever industry comes our way.
It's kind of been the history of this area.
It is. And we're not far from that today.
Commercial coal mining came to Mingo County in 1890. Since then, the money has mostly flowed out. The mountains have been scarred, and the people, they've been paying for it ever since.
How many people in here got breathing problems? Put your hand down.
Yeah, I mean, people are paying the cost of doing business with their health, with their environmental conditions, just as they always have. I mean, we're at the Miners Memorial, and the cost of doing business in March 1960 was the death of 18 men. And now they're asking us to once again pay the cost of doing business with our health and our livelihoods.
The company behind the power plants is TransGas, based in New York. They claim their power plants won't be like the polluting industries of the past, that they'll be able to capture 99% of their emissions. But their permit applications, which would explain exactly how they can promise this, have been heavily redacted.
Now, what's left redacted is the specific engine name of these gas turbines and the catalytic units. Without that information, we have no way to verify their claims that they're going to capture 99% of their emissions at normal operating.
And it's not just pollution. Residents like Pam Serber have been sounding the alarm about something else: water.
So Mingo County's already plagued with water problems, and I don't know if this where they'll get the water.
Data centers are thirsty. A single facility can use millions of gallons of water a day. But in Mingo County, a lot of people can't even count on clean water from their own taps. Another legacy left behind by the coal industry. Why do you have to come out here for water?
You can't drink the city water. It's too much chlorine, or it's just they overpower it.
Yeah.
And when you do get water, you're under a bull advisory.
How often are you having to come out here?
3 times a week.
And how important is it that this stays unpolluted?
Very important. There's a lot of people rely on this. A lot.
How does it make you feel that water problems have been so present for people down here? Yet this thing's going to come in and
I know it blows my mind that they would even consider it because of the water issues.
Do we know, for instance, whose data centers these are going to be? What companies are behind this?
No, it has not been released publicly who the data center customers would be.
At this point, we can only guess about who these data centers are really for. Maybe it's Meta, who recently pledged to invest $600 billion in building AI infrastructure by 2028. Or maybe it's Amazon, also planning over $100 billion in investments. Whoever it is, the playbook isn't new. Massive projects, often shrouded in secrecy, and locals who find out far too late once construction is already underway. But these data centers didn't just show up out of nowhere. First, the companies had to be invited in.
This is going to be the single best place in America for data centers to come.
Data centers are at the heart of Governor Patrick Morrisey's vision for West Virginia's future.
Right now, we have a lot of data centers that have been knocking on our doors, and they're anxious to come to West Virginia and start using our natural resources as a main source of power. We're going to make it easier for these data centers to do that.
Data centers are being sold as a lifeline for this region. Jobs, tax revenue, a way to jumpstart the economy in one of the poorest parts of the state.
This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity. I think it's going to drive economic growth and manufacturing and bring a lot of high-skilled jobs into the state.
But the reality is a lot more complicated.
One of Governor Patrick Morrisey's top legislative priorities that he muscled through during the 2025 legislation was House Bill 2014. And it does a few things. It completely preempts local control so that local counties and municipalities no longer have any say in the development or operation of data centers. And then it sets up a new property tax scheme.
Property taxes are supposed to be reserved for local needs, with the vast majority of funding going to things like schools, fire departments, and roads. But Governor Morrisey's data center legislation flipped that equation on its head. Under the new law, 70% of property taxes from the data centers will be diverted to the state.
The biggest chunk of it is set to go into what's called the Personal Income Tax Reduction Fund. So it's supposed to trigger cuts in the personal income tax, 2/3 of which will go to the wealthiest 20% of households.
That tax revenue could have gone a long way in Mingo County, where 30% of people live below the poverty line. You get this AI supercomputer thing that might be going in. It's said that we are the richest country on earth. Does it feel like that?
Not here in my little community, because I'm seeing the need more and more and more. And I'm seeing more of our younger people have to leave to get jobs, to be able to make ends meet.
Janet Gibson runs a food pantry in Mingo County.
Why do you think there's such a push to put them down here?
I think so that they can get away with whatever they need to get away with, and they think that we're dumb hillbillies. So I don't know.
Is that something you heard before?
Yeah, everybody's heard it down here. They think we're stupid down here. They think they're just going to push it on us. We're not going to benefit from it.
But not every local is opposed to the project.
Everything costs something. Okay. The fact is, does the benefit outweigh the bad? Mm-hmm. And that's what we're talking about here, I think, is the benefit outweigh the bad. And I think it does by a big margin.
Ernie Salmons owns the Twisted Gun Golf Course, which sits on top of what used to be an old coal mine. Now, it's slated to be the site of a new data center.
What is it about these data centers that you really want to go in here? Why do you want this to happen?
It'll generate jobs, lots of high-paying jobs.
We couldn't find any hard numbers on how many jobs these data centers would bring, but in general, data centers aren't huge job creators. Once they're built, they usually employ somewhere between 50 and 200 workers. And there's no guarantee that any of those jobs will go to locals.
There's concern that these aren't going to be local jobs, that a lot of the folks that, these are high skill technical things.
Well, they won't be for a lot of local people. There's a lot of local people here who've never had a job in their life. They live out, they get a check every month, okay? They've never had a job.
Create jobs, create jobs, create jobs. Who you creating them for? Those 250 you gonna bring in and house up there? That ain't my locals. That ain't my ones that I'm helping compensate income with a blessing box.
I think that's her little pantry right there for the community. She took a shed and it looks like she is where she put all the grocery stuff, food for people in case they need it.
Sorry, I'm so fucking bummed.
Yeah.
So fucking bummed.
I mean, like, why are you bummed? Tell me about that.
On our second day of filming, it was official. The state's Department of Environmental Protection had approved the permits.
If we're talking dream scenario here, a permitting process should be based on prior and informed consent on the part of everyone miles around.
Is that what happened here?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, the whole focus of the organizing we've been doing for the last 3 months has been to push the DEP to recognize the validity of local people's concerns and come down here to share with people what they want to permit or what they just permitted in their backyards.
Powerful tech companies and politicians are already lining up to write the next chapter of West Virginia's future, whether local residents want it or not. And across the country, it's a similar story. Massive deals struck behind closed doors, local voices drown out, and the whole thing is called progress. But in the shadow of all of that, people here have been building something else, an economy rooted in the land itself.
We're in Mingo County, West Virginia, and when you're here, you got to hit the trails.
The Hatfield-McCoy trails wind through Mingo, bringing people from all over.
Oh, dang, look at that.
Yeah, so here's Australia, Philippines, New Zealand.
Whoa.
England.
All that traffic brings real wealth into the county. Gas stations, motels, restaurants, and for the most part, it stays here instead of getting siphoned out of state. It's not perfect. It won't rebuild the schools or provide clean water, but it's something. And it begs the question, are data centers really the best that Mingo County can hope for?
Does it feel like this is inevitable?
Pretty much. It's going to come. But again, we can fight to make sure that it's done correctly.
How I see this industry developing in the state is a bit of a mystery. But one thing that I know for certain is that the communities that are being presented with this, they're not going to take it quietly. And they haven't been.
But you can at least take the message back that says, if you approve this permit, you're taking away my quality of life.
Right. So when they asked the community right there who all wanted the data centers in the community, did they want them or not? Right. It looked like to me everyone's hand was raised. The whole
Yeah, because
right here. See this?
they've had
They all raised their hand.
a really hard time there
Every one of them raised their hand.
in the past as well.
See that? That's a no. They don't want that shit. That the people have the power, right? So who's ignoring the people? Whoever it is, it's going to find out why the people have the power. See that? The whole community, everyone in this meeting is raising their hand. Just to make a few people rich and leave everyone else with the mess to clean up. Like Monty said earlier today, he said that because of these mining things, a lot of people are sick in these areas already. They're already struggling from the past businesses that came in there and mined communities and left. Alrighty.
we don't even need data centers. If it's not worth writing down, you don't need to type it into your machine. It doesn't make any sense to make extra information, to make a whole system, to put in things that don't really matter. Like I had a hard time when the doctor wanted to take things from paper to putting it in the computer. I'm like, what? Why? Like, if I had something happen to me and I had to go to the hospital, I'm pretty sure they would just find out, like I don't need every little thing typed into a machine. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not alone in this.
No. There's concerns of health concerns regarding those data plants.
Yeah.
Right, and then like
Polluting the water.
Mayor there was talking about, they want their resources to do all that. It takes a lot of water, a lot of resources. It's not good. Yeah, certainly that town there has had many issues from in the past as well. So they're not in good shape. And they're below poverty level. So how can you fight back on that level other than just fighting back the best you can, right? And they were. Apparently it passed, the permits passed anyway. So their voices aren't being heard.
Right. Didn't that piss you off?
Yeah, I mean, they showed up to the meetings. They're
doing everything they're supposed to.
Expressed, their concerns. And it got ignored. It didn't matter.
Every hand in the room's raised.
Yeah. And that's not right.
No. How many people in here are opposed?
Are data centers the new coal mines? Another extractive industry that
every one of them are opposed. All right. That's enough of that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's been a pleasure. I hope everybody has a great rest of their night and a great rest of their week. And then really just slow down for a minute and just be grateful for what we do have right now. And spend some time with your family and or yourself and your pets, whatever it is, right? Some people want to stay home. They don't like the whole holiday thing, and I don't blame them, right? That's all we got for tonight. We're going to see you guys first thing in the morning. We're going to be rocking and rolling. If you want to chit chat, we got to also, let me put up the QR code over here for our Telegram chat. It is also in the description links if you'd like to come and join us every morning, just about. Come on in there. You can listen or talk. You can unmute and we can have a discussion.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody that unmuted today. Monty.
Yes.
Appreciate you. I know everyone else appreciates it. It's a treat when other people speak up because I know they're tired of hearing my shit. Right?
No.
I enjoy listening to
I love to listen to people, where you're from and who you are, and get to hear, because I see your names in the chats, right? I just never get to hear your voice. And when you finally do speak up, it's like, damn, why did you wait so long to unmute?
Not everyone has the same beliefs, but we all respect each other's beliefs and share what we think, and that's the best part of it.
That's it.
It's fun to be able to talk back and forth with somebody that, maybe you're not exactly together on something, but it's good to try to get together on the same thing. Like, this is why I feel this way. This is that. And then, like, really listen to each other instead of having the blank cross-eyed stares that we get nowadays.
Right. Yeah, it does help. It helps with them. Helps my day. I know that.
Yeah.
We put in about 4 or 5 hours in the morning.
Yeah, thank you, because that's a lot. You guys, it's a lot. And thank you very much, because you're present in every moment that they're on. Like, you know, I don't know if everybody gets, you know, it's a lot to do that kind of a show and then come on at night. It's commitment. And thank you very much. You guys are really special people.
My mama told me I was special.
Not in the way your mama told you.
You're special. I said, well, yes, ma'am.
Now get on that short bus.
So the QR code for the Telegram chat is at the top right now if you want to do that. If not, that's fine. The links are in the description. I don't really like the QR codes, but if you like, if you're into that kind of thing and you're familiar with it, scan the QR code. Top left is Telegram. And Gracie's telling me I need to take her outside, but it's raining. Sorry, Gracie. Sorry, Gracie. Everyone in Maryland, you're special. We're all special. Much gratitude. Love and light, love, light, and knowledge, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Good night, everyone. Love y'all.
And also, we know that this is the week where everybody's going to be unplugging. I understand you don't have as many viewers, and that's fine, but we'll see y'all back next week. And we can't wait to hear your stories about your time with your family or what you made for Thanksgiving or what you did. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Here's a song for Hunter to dance to if you're still awake. Watching the show, this song is for Hunter.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Hunter.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, bud.
Ruff.
Here's Bud's song.
Who let the dogs out? 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 With my favorite down on the park my mule in a no parking zone. Sheriff said, son, you best move along. I pulled out my handbook, rights in my hand. Turns out old sheriff didn't understand. I fought the law, but the law got schooled. Learned my rights, now bend the rules. I fought the law with a rebel grin. Guess what, y'all? This time I win. Judge said, boy, you're guilty of sin. I said, check the statute, read it again. Turns out the fine was a typo mistake. Now I'm free and I'm eating steak. I fought the law, but the law got schooled. Learned my rights, now bend the rules. I fought the law with a rebel grin. Guess what, y'all? This time I win. They said I couldn't dance in the courthouse hall, so I moved on past the pretty bailiff, gave her a wink, y'all. Knowledge is my weapon, truth is my shield, satire in my soul, and laughter in the field. I'm the outlaw scholar, hillbilly baller, banjo in my hand, making courtrooms holler. Read the fine print, flip the script on the judge. Now the bailiff's nodding with a hip-hop nudge. Moonshine wisdom, boots on the floor, kicking down the statutes, opening doors. Country grit with a rebel's rhyme. I fought the law, but the law's my punchline. I fought the law, but the law got schooled. Learned my rights, now bend the rules. I fought the law with a rebel grin. Guess what, y'all? This time I win. This time I win.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sheepdog has left the building.